beginners worldwide on doubles. Play tennis, learn tennis. This is On Court with USPTA.
G'day, I'm Brett Hobdon. Today I'll be talking about creating a successful doubles team. Doubles is a very exciting game, but obviously quite different to singles. For starters, you have a partner. Therefore, teamwork is critical. The strategy, tactics, and the shots you use are unique to this game. This is what makes doubles exciting. But what really makes doubles special is when you have a successful doubles team. What is a successful doubles team? It's a team that's not only defined by winning, but rather by both players enjoying their time and experience on the doubles court together. Today I'll be sharing with you several key points that will help you create a successful doubles team. The first concept is picking a great partner. For those of you who play doubles, you know how difficult it is to play if you're not having a good time. The foundation to a successful doubles team is the chemistry between you and your partner. To have great chemistry, there are a few factors that you must consider. I really believe it is important that you genuinely enjoy each other on and off the court. This open type of communication with your partner should be honest and considerate. Also, are you and your partner on the same page about your tennis? These factors can include taking lessons and practicing together, or tactically trying to execute a game plan. How important is winning to your partner? Does your partner have the same expectations as you? These factors must be discussed to understand each other's goals. Here's an example.
You don't have to play doubles, do you? I do, actually. Why do you ask? I got a tournament this weekend, and I need a double partner. Yeah, sounds good. I'm planning on practicing tomorrow with some friends. We can do a pickup game. Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, with my serve and Kirkus volleys, I think we could do really well. Yeah, let's do it.
That's such a great example of a meeting of the minds and the start of forming a successful doubles team. Doubles should be a game that builds friendships, relieves stress, helps you stay fit and healthy, and above all, it's loads of fun when you find a great partner. Frequent communication is very important in working together as a team. You'll commonly see players coming together to discuss their tactics and their strategy and the next plan of attack. You'll also see the player at the net give the server some hand signals to where they want them to serve and perhaps the move that they're going to make. You'll see players give their partner encouragement after an error. If they've hit a shot into the net, it's okay, let's go, come on. Or perhaps celebration after their great shot, a high five, way to go. This type of communication helps both players keep mentally focused and emotionally balanced. If two players are truly committed to this, every match becomes a great match, whether you win or lose. The longer you play together, the better you'll become at communicating. Let's check out some comments from a world-class doubles player on communication.
Communication, just as far as like knowing where each other's going to be, who's supposed to cover what area of the court, and then also just talking to each other, making sure you're on the same page as far as, you know, where you're going to serve, you know, working out strategy during the match. If you see a weakness in the opponents or something that's working, making sure you talk about that and, you know, make sure that we're trying to execute that. Again, just keeping each other positive and fired up if one guy's down, I think is pretty important.
If it's that important for the pros, then how important must it be for you?
Coming up, learn 3 key situations where you can be an asset to your partner, right here on Court with USPTA. And now, back to On Court with USPTA. Here's Brett Hobdon.
Let's take a look at 3 key situations where you can really be an asset to your partner. First, we're going to cover how you can help your partner if they're serving. Many players that serve well can often end up losing their serve. The quality of their serve wasn't the problem. The reason that good servers can lose their service game is because their partner at the net is not really helping them out. If you want to help out your serving partner to hold serve more frequently, then here's some insight to how you can be a greater asset to your partner serving. First, you have to start in an offensive position. You don't want to stand near the sideline and be a lampshade. You want to look to get into the action. You want to be proactive, not reactive, and always expect every ball that's hit from your opponent at the baseline is going to be yours. Now let's take a look at movement. Here's an illustration to help us with this. As you can see, we've divided this half of the court into thirds: left, center, and a right runway. These runways are very helpful in describing the lateral movement of the net player. The offensive starting position is with both feet in the center runway. If the serve goes wide and your opponent strikes the ball in the left side runway, you should move to your left and put your left foot in the left runway. If the receiver was to strike the ball in the center runway, you would remain there and be ready to spring into action. If the serve went down the tee and the receiver returned the ball from the right-hand runway, you would place your right foot in the right runway. This constant movement and alignment to the opponent will put you in the best position to be an asset to your partner as the server. In addition to these movement patterns, you can add faking and poaching. You want to be proactive, not reactive. You must want the volley if you're going to become a great net player. Now let's take a look at how you can help your partner if they're returning. The first thing you want to do is position yourself so that you can cover the middle on your partner's first return. You can't guarantee that your partner will be able to avoid the net player with their first shot, as the server may serve a very difficult ball. When you take up this position, you need to focus on the net player so that you'll be able to anticipate and see them move into action. This will give you an early warning to be ready to cover the middle. After the ball passes the opponent at the net, now is the time to move in and look to get involved in the action. There are two main situations that will take place at this time. Either the server will stay back at the baseline or serve and volley and come to the net. In the baseline situation, you need to determine if the opponent is a style of player that likes to drive the ball low and hard or play a more touch game using a lot of lobs. If they're the player that hits hard and low, you need to close in tighter to the net to intercept their type of ball effectively. If you are playing against a softer touch style of player, you need to move in around the middle of the service box. From here, you can still cover most lobs and close in on any softer floating balls and look to put them away. If the serve is coming in, then there are three key things you need to look for. They're all to do with the impact point of the first volley. You're looking for the contact point if it is high, medium, or low. If your partner has hit a weak return and it's high, there's a good chance the server will go after you. Therefore, you can take a more defensive position and try to cover their first aggressive volley. If the return is solid and gives the incoming server a medium height volley, then you can move forward and be ready to spring into action. If your partner returns a low ball, then this is the green light for you to really move up and look for the opportunity to intercept their volley. Lastly, how to help your partner when they're at the net and you're on the baseline. The bottom line here is that you have to keep them out of trouble and save their bacon. If you're in trouble, hit a defensive lob if you can't get the ball away from the net player. Remember, your partner at the net is looking for opportunities to help you. Your primary goal is to keep them safe and out of trouble.
What three shots in doubles are often overlooked? Any guesses? Find out next. Now, back to creating a successful doubles team.
Drop shot approach shot or drop shot return on the second serve from zone 2. The drop shot is a very underutilized shot in the game of doubles. In many times, your opponent in the back corner is expecting what when you get a short ball? For you to hit that deep, aggressive approach shot. And that's where I hear a lot in club tennis. I hate playing lobbers. Your deep, aggressive approach shot, what shot do you think you're going to see next? The lob. How about playing a drop shot approach shot out near the single sideline so that you take the net player out of it because it's too wide and bring that baseline player scrambling up for the short ball. If you can disguise that shot and use it at the right time, you'll give that baseline player that loves to hang out back there a ton of trouble. Also, look for opportunities on the second serve. You don't always have to wail on a slow second serve. Again, look for the opportunity of playing the drop shot. Drop volley. This is another great shot that can really surprise your opponents. A ball that's great to try this from is a slower, lower ball. A lot of players try to add pace to this ball, often hitting the net or trying to push the ball too hard and make it wide. These are great times to try the drop volley and surprise your opponents. Your opponent's usually looking for you to add pace to slower balls. What they're not expecting is the drop volley. So when you come into the net, if the player's hitting cross-court, you can try that drop volley cross-court. When they move in to scramble forward to pick up that shot, you and your partner are waiting, forming a wall to take out the next ball as a volley. You can also use that drop volley if you're at the net and the player returning serve hits it near you. It's lower, it's slower. What can you do? Hit the drop volley directly in front of you. Again, a surprise. They're not looking for it. They're usually looking for you to add pace to the slower ball. Try the drop volley, and you'll be rewarded for that shot if you're successful. Approach return at the net player. When the net player sees you move in on a short ball, they're looking to intercept your return, and they're going for a poach many times. By returning the ball right at them, firstly, you'll surprise them. Secondly, if you hit it well, you could intimidate them. You want to give your partner the heads up, though, because if they do make a reflex volley, your partner's going to be ready to move up and intercept that short ball. This is a great tactic to play against aggressive net players as well as weak ones. With the aggressive net player, you may get them to stay at home a little bit longer, guarding their sideline because they know that you'll be able to play that shot. A player that's a little timid at the net, well, you hit a few good ones of those, you could back them straight up to the baseline. With this return, you can surprise your opponent, and you can really improve your doubles game when receiving soft second serves. I have to mention something about the volley. After all, this is a doubles show. A lot of club players come to me and ask, why do I volley so well in a lesson, but then I get in a match and I make all kinds of mistakes? Well, this is the number one point that I see, especially with club players, even those higher level club players. What goes wrong? Well, I call it don't peek, okay? No peeking on the volley. What happens is, in a lesson, when players are not worried about someone getting to the ball, that they focus on the ball and they know where their target is, they keep their eye on the ball a little longer. But here's what happens in a match. Because there's players moving, trying to cover the court and everything like that, what they do is at the last moment, they peek. The ball comes, and at the last moment, they look to see where the players are and if they've covered the hole. What you've got to do is still have the target in your mind's eye view. See the ball come, focus on the ball, play the ball, no peeking, watch the contact, and then you'll have a great result. That's what I call tracking it to the racket. If you do that and you don't peek on the volleys, you'll start to hit way more successful volleys, hitting them cleaner in your match.
We'll have more after these short messages. 2 more to go, and then you'll be on your way to playing successful doubles. Again, here's Brett Hobdon.
The next topic I want to cover is a very interesting one. It happens to every player at every level of the game. Can you guess what that might be?
Injury?
No. No.
Getting nervous?
No.
Losing confidence?
Let me ask you this question. Can you remember the last time you were up 5-1? And before you knew it, it was 5-all. You can remember that, right? That's what we call a momentum swing. Successful doubles teams recognize and understand momentum swings, but it is their response to this situation that makes them a great team. This occurs at every level of the game. When the momentum changes in the favor of your opponents, most teams get discouraged and may even start to criticize each other. Most players become far too emotional, and their ability to think logically and tactically goes out the window. This is the time where great doubles teams can still pull it together and regain momentum. Momentum swings can happen when a team gets too cocky or a team gets too protective of their lead. Perhaps the swing was a result of a change of tactics by your opponent. Staying positive and communicating with your partner is now more important than ever. Let's go back to the pros and see what they have to say about momentum.
Matches go up and down, and I think overall you just kind of don't worry about the highs or the lows and just kind of take every point for what it is.
Momentum swings are going to happen pretty much in every match, and I think a big part of the result of how you do is how you react to those ups and downs. You see a lot of guys when things aren't going their way, they kind of get down and kind of let the situation kind of bring them even further down. But the guys that are good kind of stand there and battle and just take it one point at a time. It's to use the old cliche, even when things aren't going well. So I think that's a big strength of guys that are successful.
Obviously, momentum swings happen at every level of play, even to the best players in the world. The next time you recognize a momentum swing, don't panic, stay cool. Talk it over with your partner and see if you can come up with a way and figure out a way that you can regain momentum. The most important experience that you can share with your doubles partner is having fun together. Regardless of how many trophies or wins you've accumulated over time, if you've not had fun together, you've missed the most special part of playing doubles. Countless times I've seen teams that have both won and lost matches where one or both players are miserable, angry at each other, and it looks like they can't wait to get off the court. Even a greater tragedy is when this negative emotion is carried off the court, which can potentially lead to broken friendships. It doesn't have to be this way. With the right partner, you could be quickly experiencing the joy and fun of playing doubles together. It's all about the high five, the chest bumps, the fist pumps, the come-ons, the lawnmowers, the smiles, shaking hands at the net. That's what it's all about, having fun. Wow, isn't doubles such a great game? I hope that you'll experience the fun that these pro players are having. You need to find yourself a partner that you can enjoy the game at this level with. If you pick a great partner, I can promise you that you will have so much fun playing doubles, you can't wait for the next time you step on court together. Taking lessons together, practicing together, playing a league match or a tournament together is a great way that you can continue your journey in doubles.
If you enjoyed today's show, then we encourage you to go out and play doubles. It's a great way to stay fit and healthy and enjoy the game of tennis with a friend. By playing doubles, you will also work on skills that will carry over to your singles game. For more lessons like this one, visit USPTA.com. This is On Court with USPTA, your best resource for tennis instruction. See you next time.
Well, I love the movement and the speed of the game.
If you're at the net, you really have to be focused and alert and ready to attack and coach.
I enjoy always having to be on.
thinking every ball is my ball, whether it goes to my partner or not.
You're getting down on yourself. Your partner's right there to pick you right back up.
You hit a good shot and they're high-fiving you, and it's just awesome.
I love communicating with my partner, high-fiving. It's just so much fun.
It's my favorite part.
For help with your game, visit USPTAFindAPro.com.